Hey everyone, it's Lee here, coming to you super excited because one of my PhD clients was able to land a GIS at a government position. Woohoo! This is awesome for me because this is the second PhD graduate I've worked with, and I know that a lot of PhDs feel like, I don't want to work in academia forever. I don't want to, be stuck looking for tenure. And they come to me because they know that they're looking for a job and they're really competent, really smart people. However, when it comes to the job search, they either hit a lot of, dead ends, or they don't know how to express themselves, and they're just frustrated that, every time they go out and present themselves, somehow the employer is just not buying it. So I'm really excited this morning because my client, who is a PhD, he finally got a job offer after being rejected a lot of times before. And, we worked on interviews and we worked on what to say, what not to say. And, today I got a message that he got a position. And so I'm super passionate about this because one of my pet peeves in life was seeing really qualified foreign professionals who were like, master's degrees, bachelor's, PhDs, even postdocs. They're super smart, but just because they move to a different environment, they're not able to really, sell themselves. And because of cultural misunderstandings about, what it means to be boastful or modest, and just different cultural expectations, they were not able to get a job. So, this is really exciting for me. Every time my client lands a job, obviously they did the work, I gave them the tools, but it's always exciting because literally getting a job is a turning point in your life, right? It affects your, environment 8 hours out of the week. It affects your wallet. It affects the lifestyle that you have and the potential that you'll be able to grow, right? And I remember, my family didn't really see me as a grown adult woman until I actually started making money, right? And that may be true for you as well. Maybe you're not, making it in terms of the money, or you just graduated and you're feeling like, oh my God, did I just waste 4 years of my life and not getting a job as a result? That's not fun. That's not the greatest feeling in the world. But I just want you to know that, there's always somebody who you can help, but you have to be persuasive enough and hit the right spots in order that they will hire you, right? Because if it's just the technical parts, you can just go on LinkedIn and hire whoever has the most experience. But you'll see 60 and 70-year-old Walmart greeters. Now, they have way more life experience than me, for sure, right? But it's about how are they selling themselves? What can they accomplish, right? So, I'm really grateful that I've, gotten amazing clients who are so dedicated to doing the work, and, we're able to, put all the suggestions I said into practice, and now they have made their investment probably 100 times over if you just think about it, So I actually will be raising my prices because I've gotten great results from my clients, and I know that, if I can help them land six-figure jobs, it's possible for you as well. Or even if you don't want a six-figure job, just landing a job that you really love, that you enjoy, that you can be with people that, are gonna lift you up in places that you feel happy, like going to work every day, right? And in this case, I remember he had a really long commute that he didn't really like, and now he's very close. He's gonna be closer to his fiance, and it's just, the job really, it's not just about the career. It touches everything, right? What you do for 8 hours or more a day, it's going to affect your entire life. So anything that you think that is going to, triple, quadruple the returns, it's worth spending money on. So I spend a lot of money on coaching, and I have several coaches, and I will say that the more I invest in myself, the more I make back. And I do want you guys to let you know that, this is graduation season. I know it's, a time of celebration, and after you guys all get, celebratory out. You know, I'm not gonna say specifics, but you know that sometimes you have to, eventually you're gonna have to come back and say, oh my God, I need to find a job now. You know, fun employment it gets to a point where it's not so fun anymore. So I just want you to know that I actually prepared a webinar showing you how you can get 6 job interviews in 60 minutes. Yes, 6 job interviews in 60 minutes. And how do I know this? Because I went from having 0 internships throughout all 4 years of college. So I did work study to make money to save up for my tuition, but I had no internships, and I was pretty much screwed at the end of about a month after I graduated. So I came back from backpacking in Southeast Asia, and I was like, shit, I need to find a job, right? And I realized it's not that I was like dumb, or that I wasn't, you know, just worse than somebody else. It was just because I didn't know how to network, right? So this webinar is really going to show you how you can network with the right people, how you can, you know, get interviews fast, and I'm going to explain to you why mass submitting resumes don't work. So the link is below. I'm going to post it right after this video. It's called How to Get 6 Job Offers in 60 Minutes. It's the training that's going to be happening soon. So just want to do a celebratory video because my PhD client got a government job, and you know, work-wise it's going to be good, and he's going to be able to commute, be closer to his family. And so if you want that result for you as well, and if you're not getting the interviews, I invite you to the 6 job offers in 60 minutes webinar, and it's going to be down below, and I will talk to you soon.